that we have received. Hold on, I'm going to try something different here. I'm going to actually try to speak into the microphone that's close to me, as opposed to having it on the other side of my desk. Thus continues the saga of will Tekking figure out how to properly use his new microphone. Stay tuned to find out. The action is really ramping up. Okay, so from what I understand, we have received some new...
Look at those Raven Lynn. Oh my god, there's a Victor. I love that. Say hi. Hi.
The Stardust Crusade of Tekken 101. Now this is a very, fucked up story about me, the mother of my child, Erica, who was formerly known as Mary. A funny story of how I met her at FanMake 2018. C is Polka Dots Cosplay. C is the reason we have Victor Valentino, and C is the reason why the anime community is oblivious to who I truly am as a person. I am truly powerful on two anime characters, hype, level, and understanding. I am just as powerful as Jared, and I regenerate like Akaza, and I was supposed to make a full-fledged video of two people who represent me in the anime community. I am Jared and Akaza, Lily. The two people who represent me most in the anime community is going to be a future video. Lily not too far up ahead, but Lily far enough. So what ended up happening was, who is Tekken 101? Tekken 101 was one of my sons. My son before I had a son. My son that could think. My son that could talk. My son that could walk on his own. It was kind of funny. I knew he fit the stereotype of the majority of anime fans. My best friend Andre Stalling, aka Peter. I call him Peter on my channel. But Andre used to work at a dollar store. And I knew Tekken worked at a dollar store as soon as I lived in their hood. He was analyzing the videos like, hey, you like Killua? I'm like, oh, this guy's really cool. I hope he's talking to me. Yeah, I know how to do all that. Yeah, I'm a grown man. It was horrible. You don't understand how much I was belittling him, but he used to be my best friend. You don't understand. I met him around the same time as Mr. Enter, and when I watched Mr. Enter, it was that time where I had a shitload of shake, literally a bag full of fucking weed, literally just watching video on top of video. So I was watching Mr. Enter, and I started taking. Had a couple of, stories about One Piece I was interested at the time because I was getting into a One Piece community at the time. Who introduced me to a One Piece community was King of Lightning, because I was getting bored and I was wanting somebody who had decent editing to explain what was the hype about. I think this is all boring. So what happened was, literally, King of Lightning introduced me like the One Piece series. He's the one who introduced me to Raftel. He's the one who told me that there was something in the end. I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like, literally, in all the other shit, Tekking was cool because he talked about all the animes. I liked his Bleach addiction, and he really explained a lot about literally my interest in Bleach in high school, like, the Fullbring saga. I thought it wasn't really cool, but he actually brought a light about it. The thing I like about anime is that there's multiple people who can line you about different things that happen in anime. Like my friend Eddie told me literally about literally how they actually meant something, but he clarified it. But literally Matthew, aka Tekken 101, clarified it in a completely different way. And you know what's crazy? Me and Matthew actually say birthdays. Literally, my birthday is April 24th, and he is 3 years older than me. Guess what happens when I dodge the sexual assault charge and it comes time for my birthday? They want to put out popular shit. Literally, I get to see all his subs and all his fucking feedback, and I get to look at the fact that I get pussy. Really fucking sucks, right? You don't understand. I was getting high, fucking literally going to the fucking dollar store, going home, watching him talking shit about the 4Kids stuff. Literally, he was pretending I was there and shit. He was referencing me in videos like, why doesn't this guy talk about me? I'm sorry. But literally, you don't understand how cool I was at the time. Literally, what I was dealing with, like, literally, by high standards, I'd be losing him. I used to consider him, like, literally, my equal, my everything. I can't believe this guy talking about Shaolin Showdown. Like, literally, he even did, literally, something that I would do, literally. He did Death to Kid versus Coyote Stark. If you don't know, Stark is the #1 inspired from Bleach, the guy with the fur coat, literally with the shooter. If you don't know, Corey stole my line in the air rail. I tried to defend Stark in the chat, and Jason was like, I didn't like Stark. Literally, Stark was fucking lame and stuff like that. I'm like, Jason, you're tripping. He's balling with a fur coat and a chain. He's like, that nigga was lame. He missed every single shot. And so Troy ended up using my bar for a battle. And it was crazy because literally the whole time I was listening to Tekking literally talking about every single character, literally going into full depths about Nami's boobs. It was crazy because I was listening to all this and I was like, this is stupid. Like, Lee, this is bullshit. This shit is funny to me, but fucking you don't understand why I was using him as a fucking tool. I was a very fucking cruel person back then. All I did was consider him something to fucking watch down. Like, yo, you're the only one in the anime community that's funny. Now we're going like Lee. And I'm like, okay, well you already made it. I'm like, I think what you're doing is gay because I used to make your mistake and you're making the same mistake that I did a lot. Lily, you're what happens when people listen to Naruto openings too much and expect not to really go to a fucking mental hospital. It was me in the anime community. If I kept on grinding without trying to get a connection, that's why it took him 10 years in order to get in a decent place in the anime community. He was only having like literally 4,000 subs at most, for everybody else was at literally 36k and up. And he was literally doing the base start debate. He was still behind. He was even cosplaying for his videos. I'm like, man, this anime community is full of shit. It's not anything that I want to get into. I pick and choose if I want to be analytical, and that's what pisses nerds off. So what ended up happening was this, like literally, I've had 2 conversations with Matthew about touching my girls. One was when I played them, 2 was when literally a storyline was established. What was absolutely total and like literally the most maniacal BS I've ever fucking had to deal with was literally I had to deal with fucking Polka literally trying to figure out how the fuck am I going to get money to support the fucking kid in any fucking way. What ended up happening, it was a funny story how Erica ended up meeting my family. At Family 2018, I ended up piping her. I thought I didn't grab her ass, but I grabbed her ass actually by gravity. If you don't know, when you get older, literally, if something wants to happen, it's gonna happen. Like I accidentally fucking slapped our tour's ass one time when we were on our way to fucking smoke. And he's like, bruh, I kept on telling you. No, but seriously, I thought I didn't grab anything, but all of a sudden I felt juice. So like literally, me and her fucked in the bathroom, and out comes this thing where she's pretending to be a fucking adult, talking about multiple fast food restaurants. And she ends up meeting my grandma out of nowhere. So you guys don't know, my grandpa's name is Mary Ann. And so her original name is Mary, but what ended up happening is she ended up informing my family behind my back and Lily about how she's about to have the kid. And so she went up to my grandma. She's like, hi, my name's Mary. And she's like, your name is Mary? She's like, yes. And she's all like, I need you to change your name. It's like, wait, no, why? She's like, this family is full of shit. Oblivious to what's going on. I need you to change your name, but only costs $100. So what ended up happening is he was figuring out ways to how to get the shit. So you know how I play. I don't give a fuck about the kid for anything because I know the kid is me. And so like literally, fucking what ended up happening is literally resources came anyway. So she ended up hacking my YouTube subscriptions. She ended up, you know, going out with Matthew for a little bit. I think she might set up a dude here and there, but she literally get somebody with property. So it's literally fucking. She hacked literally his YouTube account, literally got some money out from him and literally left him behind, and he ended up wanting pussy, and he ended up literally almost having multiple sexual assault charges on my girl. And literally he came back to me like, hey, what's up, dude? And literally, so this is me when I'm in high school. If I finally made it, if I need a connection, I fuck up with somebody to almost an unforgivable point. And so I'm all like, I'm not speaking to you again. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, what you're doing is lame. It's not the fact that I care, but you did something like literally extreme for the timeline, but I don't go by timeline anymore because I want you to call foolish shit. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, all I do is think about my hot girls and my success and think about literally everything I worked hard for. The only reason why I don't go critically insane is because I play by a rule book and they tried to bend the rules and shit. So I had to deal with years on end of them bending the rules. So I lost the so-called thing called passion. Literally, I'll do any of the work that you fucking do for yourself to get a so-called name unless it's a guarantee. Oh, I'll do the same amount of work as you if I know there's something at the end. Literally, I don't believe in this thing called fasting. I don't believe in a journey anymore. I believe in this thing called work. I work just as hard as you if I know there's gonna be something in the end. And literally, on a Paisley wall, this, that, why don't you give me a shout out? Why don't you give me a shout out? First off, you have more subs than me any fucking way, because he really knew how fucking little subs are at heart. Literally, he wanted me. Take a while, wanted me to give him a shout. Like, yo, I talk to this guy every day. I try to tell him, you're too excited, you have no self-control. You're just like me while I'm thinking about Tristan Junior High, but with fucking One Piece. Literally. And so it came down to it, Lily, I gave your baby amount of money, you're still not respecting me? I'm like, yes. Like, Lily, damn right. I'm sorry. Lily, you don't understand, like, Lily, damn right. It's not the fact that you're perfectly human. You're just like me when I'm in high school, therefore I consider you lame. He's like, what do you mean? Like, Lily, this and that. I'm like, you don't get literally, I must benefit Lily for the fucking shit that you do. You should be number one. And this is why I don't like this world. This is why I don't give a fuck about you. So it got down to the part where Matthew Lily even tried to get at Bria. So last year was Lily better than Edge grade 2 for a really, really good reason. I got to Lily express the fact that I was a game log in. Now, not only did I get to play with one of the games I've created, like Class 1A, which is based on my old high school, I also got to understand that Lily, he was still looking for a shout out, and I was famous in the anime community for making the Zofia video alone, especially when I dropped Delulu. He was on Delulu, he was on my Nas playlist, but nothing was, you know, excited because I presented Nas the same way as the cringe community. What I did was I presented it in a way where I talked the video where I was informed about the series, but the series was already interesting, so it didn't matter. So what ended up happening was King of Lightning Lily was talking to me. Lily, they're all talking to me. You know, Lily doesn't think like Lily, a grown man can't fucking talk to you like how they want to. So it's like Lily, they rely on other people. Like Lily, hey, tell that guy still what's up. Yeah, King of Lightning was talking to me. They were all talking to me. Fucking Anime Balls Steve definitely was talking to me even before I gave him a shout. They all knew who I was. As everybody sees my videos, but nobody cares about me because they know how shitty their community is. So everybody previous things like Natsukaku was there. Natsukaku was always there. They always like Lily say what's up to me. You have to understand. So all people who have it on paper, and I only had 300 at the time, they treat me like a heavyweight because Lily, my nods is like Lily, oh, I carry myself. It got down to a point where I had to talk to Matthew myself about what happened to Bree. I had to walk up the stairs with the mob boss I was Lily. It got down to a point where last year it was definite, and that was one of the things that you can't really fucking diss about last year. A lot of people say that Lily, it was stupid, like Lily AFK was better because Lily last year was completely inside, and like Lily, what ended up happening is I ended up having to check Tekking Lily. I ended up having to check Matthew. Because I do have a good relationship with him, and now that I realize it was Bree, I forgot about poker at the time. That's how full of shit I am. Lily, for this is a brand new thing. I'm looking at Bree right because I just became Sasuke on the fucking streets of Lily. I just walked out the street like Lily. Me and Bree just got close together, and I all know where this fucking this rumor comes out, and I hear that Matthew's trying to grab her fucking button. So I come upstairs, I put my ring on, and I start talking to Matthew. Now that was Lily one of the highlights. The thing I like about that is that's what life is as a whole. That's why I focus on that. And that's why I kept on striving. You have to understand that Lily fucking he was stalking me. He was stalking me. You have to understand Lily. So I never feel insecure about Lily what anybody says and shit. But I forgave Matthew over time, and I am planning on trying to make a Nas character, maybe in the DG Bebe universe. Him and Nux. I'm trying to put him and Nux in the DG Bebe movie.
To compliment the shirt, cup on my jeans and Pumas on my feet, and baby was looking like some work, and I'm trying to be 9 to 5 in between them sheets. You look good with your hair up, I like it better down. She hit a player up every time I come to town. Told her if she stayed down, I just might put you on. Then she FaceTime just to show me what she putting on. She embraced her flaws and I embraced them too. She looked me in my eyes, said what you wanna do, cause she love when a player get a smug on. Then she need somebody late night that she could hug on. Oh baby, let a real boy put you on. You can take it off and you can keep it on. Tell me what you want and you know I get it. All this money on me, good, you know I get it. Oh baby, I just need a second. No, it won't even take a minute. Once I get your attention, girl, I know you with it. I bet you gon' wanna tell your friends how we did it. Oh, Hail Mary, go be with it. I'ma wake up or sleep in it. Real boy gang, girl, you know we on. And she let her way we be with it. Hey, Hail Mary, go deal with it. I'ma wake up or sleep in it. Real boy gang, girl, you know we on. And she let her way we be with it.
Flex City stepping out, you know I'm truly down. A couple chains on the gold tees to compliment my smile. Little baby see me flexing, say she like my style. Hey, I'm a real boy, no Steve, but we living wild. Ballin' like some all-stars, I came in with my team. Hella blue hundreds in the safe, and a couple green. She pulled me to the side and say she wanna speak. Motivation, a little comprehension, all she really need. Tell the kid what's on your mind so I won't have to guess. A real finesse, or I introduce you to this check. She started kissing on my neck, then moved down to my chest. Move your panties, flip your dress up, you could leave on the rest. She saluting, say I'll show you how to blow stacks. Take you on a shopping spree, Fifth Avenue, we hit sacks. Ooh, Hail Mary, go deep with it. Tell her if she piss that thing, go off, I'll run it back.
Ooh, baby, let a real boy put you on. You can take it off and you can keep it on. Tell me what you want and you know I get it. All this money on me, good, you know I get it. Ooh, baby, I just need a second. No, it won't even take a minute. Once I get your attention, girl, I know you with it. I bet you gon' wanna tell your friends how we did it.
Girl, you know we on. Said I'm tryna get it and it's late and your show is on. Turn that thing over, I'ma get it while your show is on. And when that thing over, then you know it's on. I ain't playing with you, I do it to you, I show you how I do it. I go deep with it, I do my thing with it, wake up, fall asleep in it.
I bet you don't want to tell your friends how we did it. Oh, Hail Mary, go be with it. I'ma wake up, fall asleep in it. Real boy gang, and you know he on. And she let her way we be with it. Hey, Hail Mary, go be with it. I'ma wake up, fall asleep in it. Real boy gang, and you know he on. And she let her way we be with it.